guys, it's Lacey. So welcome back for another house building video. This house is called Victorian Classic. I had asked you guys, I don't know, like maybe what, a week and a half ago or 2 weeks or something, what sort of house you guys would like to see next, and from my comments I found that Victorian was number one. The second was sort of kind of European, I believe, so we might have to do that one soon. So this one is a Victorian house. It is very, I'd have to say it's sort of like a classic Victorian. I guess that's why I named it Victorian Classic. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, this house was actually supposed to go up on Saturday. And some of you may already know that the reason it didn't go up was that my dog had puppies on Friday. On Friday all day. The first one was born at 4:15 p.m. and then the last one was born at 4:03 a.m. or something like that. It was 12 hours though, and she was in labor before that, so that's why I couldn't actually, you know, do the video like I wanted to do. I wanted to finish it because the house was, the outside of it was completely finished, but the interior was not finished, and that's what I needed to finish. And I was planning on doing it on Friday afternoon and have it ready by Saturday. Well, yeah, that didn't really work out, so it is now Monday when I'm actually doing this. I actually finished the house today, and I'm actually doing all the editing and voiceover and all that today, so that you guys can have it for Tuesday. So yeah, sorry that it didn't get out in time to you guys, but you guys know how it is. So I had to take care of my dogs and my 7 new little puppies that are so adorable, by the way. So yeah, if you guys want to, if any of you are interested, you can go take a look at the puppies if you want. I actually made a website. I will put it in the description if you guys want to go take a look at the cute little puppies. Yeah, they're adorable. You guys will love them. But anyways, so this is just me trying to figure out what the heck I'm going to do with this roofing. Around this like area right here, like I really wish we had pentagonal roof, or not pentagon, on octagonal roofs. Pentagon, octagon, whatever. It doesn't even matter how many sides it has, as long as it's, you know, circular in some fashion. That's all I care about. Give me a circular roof or an octagonal roof and I will be happy. But we don't really have that, so I have to go with the square roofs for them pieces. And I don't really like that. I don't really like the way it looks, but that's really the only option we have for roofing, and I definitely wanted there to be roofing over that section, so yeah, oh well. It's not that big of a deal really, but so it did make it a little bit more difficult to roof in the long run because, you know, I wanted it to be a certain way and it wasn't going to end up being that way, so, you know, yeah. So there were a few things that I had to change and a few things that I had to, like, kind of fudge around with. And I believe there's a part, a section of the roof over here in this area right here that kind of cuts through the other roof a little bit, and I tried to fix it, but there was really no way to fix it. So, I hope that that little piece doesn't bother you guys too much. I believe it's right in this area somewhere. It's just a little tiny piece and it cuts through a little bit. So yeah, I know some people are really weird about that, and I'm actually, like, I'm usually like that. Like, I don't like the roofing to not flow well. But yeah, there was really nothing I could do with this house. So yeah. That front porch area is really awesome. I love it. It's like a, you know, like a circular sort of, it's not circular, but you know what I mean. it is circular, but it's like octagonal. But like the stairs are all the way on the other end of the porch from where the front door is, which I normally don't do. I normally do the stairs pretty close to the front door. So I thought it was something a little different from what I normally do, and I think it turned out pretty cool. You get a little bit longer of a walk to get into your front door every day, but you know, whatever. Not a big deal. And I was originally planning on putting a garage in this house, or right here, like right, yeah, literally, I'm doing it right now. Yeah, I was originally planning on putting a garage there, but then I figured, you know, number one, I didn't really end up liking the way it was looking, and then number two, it was just like, I don't know, this is kind of like a classic Victorian home. I don't picture that, you know, this house having a, you know, an attached garage. Maybe a detached garage, maybe, but not an attached garage. It just didn't look right with this house. So I ended up getting rid of it and putting in a guest bedroom and a guest bathroom where the garage is supposed to be. So, you know, just remember that in any of my builds that have garages, is that if you don't want the garage, being that it's just unused space, you can just get rid of it, and you know, there's more space for you to add more bedrooms or, you know, whatever you want. I mean, really. And the interior of this house is very like sort of classic, and it's definitely something I would picture a Victorian home having. Like, it's definitely very like stereotypical to a Victorian home. So so this is just me trying to figure out why I couldn't get that right, and the roof kept popping through, and it was just being a pain in my butt. But I ended up getting it figured out in the end. I wanted the living room area right there to be sort of like open to below. So, you know, two-story living room there. But yep, I'm just trying to figure out the layout. It's a very interesting layout to the house itself. I decided to make this porch area a little bit bigger. I thought it was just, you know, it was too small. Plus, I wanted to add a fireplace area, or a chimney. I'm sorry, I did not know what I was talking about. A chimney area outside here, right there. And I didn't have enough room with the porch that I had back there, so I extended it out so that I had room for that chimney area, because that's where the living room is. So, and the fireplace is actually right there, so it ends up working out pretty good. So yeah, you guys will see me trying to make this garage here, but just keep in mind that it does not stay. It leaves. It goes bye-bye. I don't end up liking it. And most of the house is like this white siding. I think I put some brick on just a few little areas, like the chimney area I do, and I think one little piece out front. But I mean, to be honest, Victorian homes and like Victorian homes themselves generally only have one type of, you know, like siding or whatever. It's just one type. I mean, every Victorian home that I've seen, not every, but most Victorian homes that I've seen only have like siding in various colors, or like slate or something like that. But it's never like, I mean, occasionally there'll be like a small amount of stone or brick, but yeah, it's just mostly just one kind, one color, which makes them look kind of, you know, plain maybe. But I think the shape of the house is what, you know, is what people really like about Victorian homes. The shapes of the houses, and the big porches, and you know, the roofs, and you know, there's just a lot more other things to love about Victorian homes besides just only the white color. I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, I'm surprised that the puppies aren't making a whole lot of noise right now. They're not being too bad. They do get a little loud sometimes when they're hungry. But other than that, they've been really good and they're super cute. And Mama's been good. She gets a little weird about people going around her puppies that she doesn't know, because we've had a few people come over to see the puppies, and if Nika doesn't know them, she's really weird about it, and she's like, she kind of like barks at them a little bit, and she hasn't like acted like she was gonna bite anybody or anything like that, but she just doesn't like people she doesn't know around the puppies, which is completely understandable. I wouldn't want that either around my new baby. If I had a new baby, I wouldn't want people I don't know trying to touch it and, you know, whatever. So yeah, that's just a mama bear protecting her cubs. But anyways, I believe I'm going to be starting landscaping pretty soon. Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. Yes, I am. I decide, like I said, I do decide to take that garage out, but I do leave the driveway, most of it. I leave the driveway, and then I just take away the garage, and then I believe I put in 2 of the shuttered windows, but I do leave the driveway so that, you know, your Sims can park their fake cars, the cars that they don't have in the Sims, which they really need to get, by the way. I just think that not having cars is very unrealistic, but, you know, whatever. Being that, like, everybody in the world has a car, well, not everybody in the world, but you know what I mean. Everybody who's old enough and who can afford one has a car. There you go. So yeah. I mean, I've had a car since I was 18. My own car I've had since I was 18. So there you go. Anyways, let's see. I'm just doing a little garden area out here, out the sort of like frontal side. I don't know. It's kind of like the front and the side because of the shape. The general shape of the house is kind of like interesting. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just rambling on right now. You know how it is. So I'm just doing the landscaping here. It's sort of very natural looking because that's just the general theme of this house, is that the outside is very natural. There are a few pieces that look very landscaped. And oh, I just got a text message. Anyway, so yeah, so I actually really like the landscaping in this house. For some reason, I really like very like natural looking landscaping. Like, I don't like overly landscaped, like with like the whole lot is like completely filled with landscaping where there's like no room to walk, and like I like it to be realistic where there's like open grass areas and, you know, stuff like that. Like in real life, you see mostly open grass areas with like a few patches of nice landscaping here and there. You know, you want your kids to have places to run around and stuff, you know, whatever. Anyway, so I believe I am going to get off of here and let you guys listen to some music and finish watching the video and of the furnishing and all the screenshots and everything. So I really hope you guys like this house, Victorian Classic. Please give me a like and a comment in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe if you don't already. Have a great day, you guys. Bye-bye.